the result of troubling others.
What kind of karma causes the physical happiness or unhappiness we experience?
Many people kill and torture cats and dogs unintentionally. When they cause misery to these animals, they are not aware of the consequences they will have to face. Killing kittens and puppies and dissecting frogs has its repercussions. Whatever you do will come back at you. These are all your own echoes, that is, effect.
Dada, so the pain given to other bodies will be reflected in the same way?
Yes, that is it. The slightest misery you give to any living being will return to your own body.
Would a person not be in a state of ignorance when he dissects and cuts all these animals? Does he still have to suffer even though he does not have feelings of animosity towards his victims?
If, by accident, your hand falls on burning charcoal, you will suffer the consequences. So, nobody lets you off, whether it is in ignorance or with awareness, knowingly or unknowingly. Only the suffering is different. All these people suffer because of their own accounts. That is why the Lord has told us to practice ahimsa, that is non-violence, through the mind, body and speech. If you want to be happy, then you must not hurt any living being, even slightly.
Dada, then should a Mahatma, a person who has received Atmagnan, not become a doctor?
Whether to be a doctor or not is a different matter. It will continue to happen according to one's prakruti, that is, inherent nature. His intent should be non-violence. So in his next life, he will not have a career in medicine. How can anyone who has the intent to not hurt anyone in the slightest kill even a frog?
But on the other hand, he's helping people by caring for them. It benefits people.
That is the way the world functions. It is relative. You cannot call it a benefit.
What kind of karma does a mentally handicapped person bind?
A normal person would have all kinds of thoughts. Within a minute, he would have numerous thoughts and bind many karmas in the process. But a person who is mentally slow never understands a thing. He would be innocent because he has nothing.
Both bind karmas according to their level of understanding. The one who has understanding will create karma with understanding. The one without understanding will bind karma without understanding. His reaction to effect is naive and more like an animal. If such a person is provoked even slightly, he may even throw a stone at you.
Dada, should we not have pity towards these kinds of people?
You must. You should have compassion for such human beings who do not understand. You should help them. It is due to his mental impairment that he is the way he is. Poor fellow. What is his fault in that? Even if he hurts you, you should not have bad feelings towards him. You should feel compassion for such a person.
Which karma makes one rich or poor?
If one accepts that whatever happens is justice, then he will attain liberation.
Then Dada, don't you think if a poor man who's very virtuous and religious were to see a wealthy man who's devious and immoral, he would be put off by religion altogether? He will think that all his piousness has not improved his poverty at all.
Not every religious person is miserable. Perhaps even 5% are happy. Whatever misery befalls us today is the result of our karma. The fact that a person enjoys wealth and prosperity today is all the result of his karma. He will suffer the consequences of whatever bad deeds he does in this life in his next life. We will enjoy the fruit of the good deeds we do today in the next life.
Dada, what you're saying is true, but looking at it from the point of worldly interaction, if a man lives in a hut, suffering hunger and thirst, alongside a man that lives in a palace, don't you think it would make him angry to see the man in the palace living a life of corruption, while he, an honest and decent man, cannot even feed his children? How would he be able to remain calm?
The misery that he is experiencing now is a result of the test, that is the cause he took in the past life. The other person had also taken the test. He passed and now he's receiving the result. Now in this life, the rich man's karmas are such that he's going to fail the test of this life and the result will come in the next life. The poor man is now being tested in this life. He will pass the test and he will enjoy its effects in the next life.
But until the poor man is able to accept his lot in life, how can he understand that?
He can never accept it. On the contrary, he binds more pap. He has to know that it is the result of his own karma.
We do good, but the reward is bad.
If the consequence of our doing good is bad, does it mean that the bad karmas that we did in our previous life have cancelled the effect of the good karma?
Yes, they do. If we plant corn and it thrives and grows tall, then when our bad karmas come to fruition and the last rainfall does not come, the crop withers away. But if our punya or merit karma is strong enough, the corn will mature into a good crop. That is why you must do good karma. Otherwise, look for liberation. Take one of the paths. Either find a way out of this world or do good karmas forever. But humans cannot do good karmas forever. They will undoubtedly end up on a wrong path. They will always encounter bad company.
Dada, what is the thermometer for recognizing good karma and bad karma?
When good karmas come into effect, we feel good and the atmosphere is peaceful. And when the bad karmas come into effect, we feel uneasy and uncomfortable.
What goes with you after death?
Does one have to experience the results of good and bad karma when he takes on another life?
He has to experience it there in the next life. At the time of death, the Shuddhatma, the pure soul, goes there into the next life. Along with the self go the good and bad karmas in the form of a plan, which is called the causal body. The subtle body, which is the electrical body, also follows. All these accompany the self. Nothing else goes with it.
Does one receive human birth over and over, or is there also a birth perhaps in another life form?
One goes to every life form from here. As of now, about 70% of humans here will go to the animal kingdom. Therefore, from the human form, one can go into the animal form, to celestial form, or even to hell, and then back into the human form. He becomes whatever he binds, that is the causes. People nowadays bind karmas worthy of the animal life, don't they?
Indeed, Dada. Many are doing animal-like karmas.
Their reservations have already been made and the tickets have been issued. What is the point of criticizing those who cheat, lie, and exploit others when they have already got their passage to the animal kingdom booked and confirmed?
Dada Bhagwan na asim jai jaikar ho. Dada Bhagwan na asim jai jaikar ho. Dada Bhagwan na asim jai jaikar ho. Dada Bhagwan na asim jai jaikar ho.